But literally, why? Like, why wait on that? It's
I don't know.
It's the cornerstone of our democracy. That's what our democracy. Like George Washington.
You voted for somebody that literally was selected. She wasn't even elected. You're talking about democracy.
But he shat on our cornerstone of democracy.
Okay, so did the Democrats by allowing Kamala Harris to run.
But more so Trump, because
he was actually elected.
Because he said that he loves them.
Okay, so that's freedom of speech. You can do that.
You can't. I can't.
You're going against freedom of speech. It's against the First Amendment of the Constitution.
Because of what it incites.
Doesn't matter. That's freedom of speech. Hate speech is freedom of speech.
He's inciting
Slander
violence.
is freedom of speech. That is all freedom. Misinformation, malinformation. That's all freedom of speech, and you're censoring him. How are you any different from the bureaucrats?
He's inciting violence.
No, he's not. Did he say go kill people? Did he say?
He said we're gonna march to the Capitol.
No, he didn't. He said march peacefully and patriotically. Those are his words.
No, he said we're going to march to the Capitol, and that exact
I'm fact checking you because I actually watched this shit. Put it up there on the video. He said we're gonna go peacefully and patriotically. He said it, and the media continued to cut him the entire freaking time. Like, he never said, for you to incite violence, you have to literally say, go do this. Go break stuff. Go attack whatever. MSNBC, really? Or NBC, the very news outlet that's getting sold right now? Come on, bro. Put it on there.
Euronews.
I'm telling you. He literally said, can somebody find it here? January 6th is a modern day Boston Tea Party. Yeah, dude. Like, you're I mean, I'm against you, bro. You voted for her. I have my best friend fucking voted for her. I don't fucking care. I still think you voted for a human trafficker, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah, but I didn't vote for a racist.
Are you really gonna say human trafficking is better than being a racist? Come on, bro. That was a really bad argument, Benny's. I'm sorry to break it down to you, but I think it's way worse to vote for a human trafficker who has 300,000 kids missing than for a racist. I'm sorry.
She didn't.
But the majority of people will disagree with you there.
The person that said human trafficking, like, she didn't. It's so disconnected compared to the racism that is connected to him. Like, you have to go through hoops and hurdles to get to human trafficking. You have to jump through this law.
You really don't.
Yes,
you really don't. They repealed DNA testing technology on the border. Why on earth would you do that?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Through a hurdle.
No. Go back to that. Why would you remove DNA testing?
That's jumping through a hurdle.
You're not answering the question.
I can say words that came out of Donald Trump's mouth.
You're not answering the question. Why would you remove DNA testing if you really want to vet and you want to bring people in? If you're anti-human trafficking and you're really what does she call herself? A transnational prosecutor and all this bullshit. Why would you literally do something that will literally cause human trafficking on the border? It doesn't make absolutely any sense whatsoever. And what they have is, we just can't account for them, but it doesn't mean they're lost. We just don't know where they are. We don't know. How is it that the sponsors, they have cases. There's a whistleblower, by the way, in HHS who literally said we had proof that we literally gave I think it was over 5 kids or something to the same sponsor.
So we need to get rid of some people from government. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay, so why would we put somebody that is just going to put loyal people to him?
He's not just putting loyal people to him. He's doing loyal people to the Constitution.
Pam Bondi,
the guy
is loyal to him.
I mean, I don't know anything about her, so I don't know anything about her.
Matt Gaetz is loyal to him. Elon Musk is loyal to him. Ramaswamy is loyal to him. The Fox News host is loyal to him. They're all loyalists.
But what's wrong with
because
being
they're all
loyal
loyalists.
So what?
They're not the most qualified. You would want to pick the most qualified.
Okay, and you're gonna say that the director from HHS.
Okay, but I'm not saying
Pete Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg has his faults and has his but he's more qualified than some of the people that
really,
for sure. Elon Musk, you think Elon Musk is
the way he handled Ohio? That was very qualified. That's why they still can't drink water from the tap, and they've been drinking. I have 3 friends that live in Ohio.
You know Ohio is Republican.
Yeah, I know.
Like heavy, and they're like 49th in education.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't. You're digressing. The person that has to do with transportation, Pete Buttigieg, literally did a terrible job just off of what happened with Ohio and the whole train thing with the oil and all that crap. So if you talk about qualified, again, I think you're just being biased. I think
people
you just
can make mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they're not qualified.
okay. But you're proving my point because you've been labeling these people and you've been pinpointing. Oh, Elon Musk doesn't pay taxes. Oh,
Yeah.
Matt Gates is a pedophile.
Yeah.
Oh, this person is. But I can use the same argument.
100%.
So then, what are we talking about?
George says Jan 6 is a modern day Boston Tea Party.
It is a modern day Boston Tea Party. People don't want to accept it. Can you find, please, where it said where Donald Trump said?
What? Wait, that just clicked in my brain. No
Bro, I
fucking
literally
way.
read it to you, Albenis.
No
I
fucking
read
yeah,
it
because
to you.
because it didn't click in my brain at
What
the
the
moment.
fuck, man?
What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? What?
Oh
The
my God,
Boston
I
Tea
like
Party
this.
was
I like-
for taxes.
I like
bro.
I like this Albenis.
No taxation without representation. That's the Boston Tea Party. That was literally us begging to be separated from the English tyranny. What the fuck? What are you comparing the Boston Tea Party to January 6th? January 6th is literally a bunch of people that went to the Capitol and was like, we don't agree with the election results. What? There's no correlation at all.
I think what he means is kind of more. I mean, I don't know what he really means, but I think what he's trying to say is more of like a metaphorical thing. Yeah. Because back then we were fighting for no taxes, right? Like you said. But now this time we're fighting for, like, I guess, ideology changes. Like, we don't want. They didn't want the whole progressive ideology.
He was fighting the fact, which is a part of fascism. He was fighting the fact that
If you can,
it was
did
a
you
free
find
and
that,
fair election.
Did you find that already?
What do you
I
want
mean, where he said, protest peacefully and patriotically, because he did say peacefully and patriotically, and the media has cut that out and has been running with only like the first part of that.
On my
clip.
checklist, do they express disdain for democratic institutions such as free elections, courts, or the press? He literally says fake news.
They are fake news, and now the consumers have approved it. That's why they're downsizing. Dude, come on, look at the consumer base. You're all about economy. Look, the economy is telling you that they have been lying to you. That's why they lost viewerships. Even the independent liberals like Chank, Destiny's getting destroyed with their subscriber base.
Destiny, I fucking hate Destiny.
I don't like him
piece
either.
Of shit. I don't watch Destiny. Destiny's an asshole.
Before you get off track,
He's not even liberal. He's too liberal. He's way too liberal.
Really
he's
left.
a dumbass. He's a
really
complete
left.
retard.
But David Pacman, I
Hold
think
on
David
to that. Hold on to that.
All right, hit it.
It's up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong. We have come to demand that Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. Lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Today we will see.
Where did he incite violence?
The first whole part.
No. Where was the violence in the words?
The whole first part.
That's not violence. Violence, look up the definition of violence. Violence is literally you saying, you should go kill this person. This person needs to die. We need to slaughter these.
So he didn't allow it to happen?
It's a direct. Okay, to be violent, you have to be direct on what you're saying.
But did he allow it?
I mean, so did everybody that was there. They literally opened the door for these people.
Who was the only person that can stop it?
Him. No. Pelosi, who's the head there. The chief police's
nobody can stop
general it. Bro, this goes by chain of command. I totally don't. What I don't like about this is how they didn't react quick enough to then say, why isn't Pelosi doing anything? Why isn't General Milley doing anything? Why is it up to her
when it's his followers?
Because it goes by chain of command.
But it's his followers.
It doesn't change the fact that he
the
could
chain
have
of command,
said,
the top is him.
okay, and everybody trickles down. It's not at fault.
But I'm saying him as for the people
Their
that were,
job is to protect the Capitol. They work in the Capitol. So it doesn't make any sense that you're blaming him, who is not a congressman at all.
who can say stop it and stop it at
Okay,
any
but
moment.
it doesn't
she
change-
has to. But she has to incite more violence by bringing out the National Guard. So you want more violence than
But the
some guy
National
to
Guard
say
was supposed to already be there.
exactly. So you want violence to stop
No.
it rather than have somebody who
Having-
has the power to stop it peacefully.
Dude.
Say, hey, stop it, and then stop it.
Look at what happened. I showed you what happened
But he
when
never
it was
stopped it.
Black Lives Matter versus them. Why wasn't there the same security
Okay.
as Black Lives Matter? That tells you that the people in charge
My
of
point
hold
is-
on. That tells you the people in charge of the military are against him. How dare you, as a general, go against the commander-in-chief still at that time and say, no, we're not going to take this seriously. And he had told them in advance, this needs to be an operation where there needs to be National Guard in place, just like Black Lives Matter movement, to avoid any of that from happening. And they went against his commands as commander-in-chief. When they are generals, it is their job to be literally following whatever the commander-in-chief does. That is your job as a general. If you're going against it, then that tells me that you are against the people because we voted this guy in. So, like, it's really easy to blame fingers on this guy when at the end of the day, this guy did tell all his generals, this is what you got to do to protect the Capitol. And the general said, fuck it. We don't care about you. We don't think it's going to be that big. And look what happened. And then now people like you now who are very anti-Trump are like, oh, it's his fault because
Of course
you
it's-
didn't
no.
protect the Capitol. But at the end of the day, it's not just his fault. It's the generals that were supposed to have
Because
done it and they chose not
nothing
to
is
do it.
ever his fault.
That's not the point. You're missing
no,
the point.
No, yeah, that's my point.
The point is,
He
it's
literally
easy
says, "I
to
love you" in
blame-
that video right
yes,
there.
he does
He
say,
says,
"I
"I
love
love
you."
you."
Yeah, we saw this
How
video
the
already.
fuck can you say to the people that are destroying your fucking capital?
'Cause it's
How
not
can
just-
you tell them that you love
Because
them?
not all of them destroyed the Capitol.
But a big part of them did.
Okay.
So how the
sure.
fuck? How can you say that you love them?
So he should have said, "I love those."
He should have
who
done
didn't
that same
destroy the
video
Capitol."
and he should have condemned them. He should have said, "Stop it." From the very fucking beginning, he shouldn't have waited hours in his fucking Oval Office, echándose fresco en los huevos, haciendo ni pinga, mirándolo por el video. Eso es una come pinguería. Eso no lo debería hacer nadie. Nadie. If there's violence outside of your fucking front door, you try to stop it.
I
But he
agree with
didn't.
you.
And all he did was watch it on video on the security camera and he didn't stop shit. He just let it happen.
Yeah,
No, that really pisses me off.
Okay, I
That
totally
pisses
agree
me
with
off.
you, but again,
Preach.
that's not inciting violence. Just because he
not-
didn't stop
okay.
it does not mean he's inciting
So
violence.
he didn't incite violence, but he didn't stop it, and he had the power to, and he didn't. Why? Because he didn't want it
If
to
he
stop.
okay, Albeniz, if he really had the power, if what
Then
you're
why did they
saying,
stop after
if
that?
what you're saying is true, then why didn't the generals listen to him from the very beginning? If he really had the power,
Because
why
who
didn't
would
chain of
believe-
command listen to him?
Who would believe that somebody would just let that happen like that to their own country? Who would want to believe
You're
that?
digressing the conversation. If the generals really
Because I've already
were
given you
generals,
my main point, which is that nothing is ever his fault.
okay, I'm not saying it's not his fault. I'm saying it's easy to blame him when he literally did an order and they disobeyed his order. So why are we not blaming it on
Who
the
said
people
that
that
he gave him an
disobeyed the order?
Who said that they gave him an
I
order?
read you the transcript the last time we were on air. I read you the transcript of what the generals literally said. And even the police chief at the time, who was fired afterwards because he blew the whistle as to the fact that they did not listen to him after he literally said, we're being breached. And they still didn't freaking follow orders. So what are we talking about? It's really easy to be like, oh, it's his fault. Okay, fine. What about the rest of the leaders that should have done something about it and chose not to?